Hello, doers. My name is Jose Ignacio, and welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about replenishment on order for manufacturing products, also known as the make to order route or MTO for my acronym lovers. If you want to use the replenishment on order route with purchased products, see the inventory version of this video. Here at Stealthywood, we keep most products on hand, like our basic wooden tables, for example. They're super popular and customers order them all the time. On the other hand, some customers have more unique tastes. So we also sell an artsy table, but it doesn't make sense to keep products like that on hand. Some products are expensive or custom made. Some products have lower, unpredictable demand. And sometimes we simply don't have the room in the warehouse for extra products. But Odoo has a solution for that. In these situations, we can use the MTO route. When a sales order is confirmed for an MTO product, Odoo automatically triggers replenishment for the product. Since we're covering MTO for manufacturing in this video, that means Odoo creates a manufacturing order. Once the product is manufactured, we can fulfill the sales order as well. MTO is also great for traceability because replenishment occurs even if there's enough stock on hand to fulfill the order. That means each manufacturing order is tied to a sales order, so demand is clearly traceable. In this video, I'm going to show you how to configure the MTO route and to use it to fulfill orders for products that have to be manufactured on demand. So, enough chit chat. Let's head over to our Odoo database. Alrighty, so first we have to enable the MTO route so that it shows up as an option in the product form. I've already done so ahead of time, but I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to open up the inventory application over here and then select configuration and then settings. So you're going to scroll down until you reach the logistics section, which is kind of pretty much at the bottom. And you see that checkbox right there next to replenish on order MTO. Make sure you check it off and then click save up at the top and voila. We have access to the MTO route for all of our manufacturing products. Okay, now that the route has been enabled, we can configure MTO for the product. So let's select products up at the top and then products once again. We're going to click on the artsy table to open the product form. So there are a couple of things that we need to check in here. The first one, we're going to click on the inventory tab over here and we're going to stare at this nice little operations section that has routes right there. So right here, we have MTO. All we actually have to do to enable it is just check that little box right there. The other thing we have to do is to make sure that you have a bill of materials configured for the product. That's a hard requirement in order for manufacturing products to work with the MTO route. You can't replenish on order if you don't know how. I already have a bill of materials configured, and you can see that up at the top because there's a 1 right there. And that's the one we're going to use. And one more thing. If we go back over to our general information tab right here and look at the quantity on hand field that we have right there, you'll notice that we have a couple of RT tables on hand. We're going to see how that's reflected in just a second, so keep that in mind. Okay, now let's take a look at what happens when a customer orders an RT table. So return over to the main menu, selecting it right there, and then open up the sales application. And then we're going to select new up at the top. Perfect. So for this new quotation that we've created, we're going to enter quirky millennial as the customer. Not calling shots or anything, but then down here inside of our order lines tab, we're going to select add a product. And for this one, you guessed it, it's the artsy table. Perfect. There it goes. And we're all set. Now remember how we saw that there are a couple of artsy tables on hand? This is where the MTO route comes into play. If we click on our nice little graph icon, which you look at that, we can see that the sales order doesn't care about the stock we have on hand. Instead, there's a note that the RT table product is replenished on demand. So as soon as we click confirm right here up at the top, Odoo triggers the make to order replenishment rule. And since the order is for a manufacturing product, it created a manufacturing order. You can see that up here at the top, there's a manufacturing smart button that will take us there directly. Let's click the manufacturing smart button to open up the manufacturing order now. All right, now inside of here, we're going to go to the miscellaneous tab. We can see the sales order number inside of our source field, and we have that right there. Boom. And at the top here, again, there's a sales smart button right there that can take us back to the sales order that we just processed. Very cool. So the connection between the sales order and the MO is super clear. If the demand from the sales order changes, you can use the manufacturing smart button to quickly open this MO and update the quantity here as well. So from here, we can handle the rest of the process just like any other sales order. Normally, you would complete the work order operations from here or in the shop floor module. But let's just click produce all right there just to wrap things up and save time. Now we can click on the Sales Smart button to go back to the sales order. Perfect. And then we're going to click on that graph icon again. Look at that. We can see that the MTO message has disappeared and we now have this reserved one quantity right there because we manufactured the table using the MO that's tied to this sales order. So Odoo recognizes that it's in stock and ready to ship. Isn't that awesome? I had to pause for emphasis. Finally, we need to process the delivery. For that, I'm going to go to the delivery order this time around by selecting our delivery smart button up at the top. Then we're going to click validate and we've completed the delivery. There you have it. Now we know how to configure products so the sales order automatically generates a manufacturing order. Yet another great Odoo tool that you can use to streamline your workflow for make to order products and clearly trace the relationship between demand and production. I wonder if I could set up an MTO route for my snacks because on demand I do not have any. Thank you for watching. I'm going to see you next time.